Another day, another story. The town of Ravenswood lay nestled in the heart of the countryside, its cobblestone streets winding through quaint cottages and towering oak trees. It was a place where tradition held sway, where the old ways were cherished and the winds of modernity were met with skepticism. But change was on the horizon, and the once tight-knit community found itself at odds. It was against this backdrop that Detective Edward Hawthorne received a call that would change his life forever. A murder had occurred in Ravenswood, shattering the tranquility and plunging the town into a web of secrets and deceit. Hawthorne, a seasoned investigator with a troubled past, was summoned to uncover the truth. As he arrived in Ravenswood, Hawthorne was immediately met with resistance from the town's influential families. They were determined to protect their secrets, to maintain the status quo that had defined Ravenswood for generations. But Hawthorne was undeterred. Haunted by his own demons, he sought redemption through the pursuit of justice. The murder victim, a prominent member of the community, was known for his staunch adherence to tradition. His death sent shockwaves through Ravenswood, exposing the fault lines that lay beneath the surface. As Hawthorne delved deeper into the case, he discovered a hidden world of forbidden desires, long-held grudges, and dark secrets that threatened to tear the town apart. Interviewing witnesses and collecting evidence, Hawthorne soon realized that there was more to this murder than met the eye. The tension in Ravenswood grew as the townspeople began to suspect each other and question their own beliefs. The clash between tradition and progress became a palpable force, fueling the investigation and adding to the stakes. But Hawthorne's unyielding determination to uncover the truth put him at odds with the influential families. They would stop at nothing to protect their secrets, to maintain the delicate balance of power that had long been established. Hawthorne knew he was up against formidable opponents, but he refused to back down. As the chapter ends, Hawthorne uncovers a crucial piece of evidence that leads him closer to the truth. The shadows of the past loom large over Ravenswood, and the detective knows that the secrets he is about to uncover will have far-reaching consequences. The murder in Ravenswood is not simply a crime of passion or revenge. It is a reflection of the larger struggle between change and tradition that permeates the town. The stage is set, the players are in motion, and the hunt for the truth has begun. Detective Edward Hawthorne will stop at nothing to solve the murder in Ravenswood, even if it means confronting his own demons and unraveling the very fabric of the community he is sworn to protect. The stakes are high, and the shadows of the past threaten to consume them all. The morning sun cast a golden glow over the quaint cottages of Ravenswood as Detective Edward Hawthorne continued his investigation into the murder that had shattered the town's tranquility. With each passing day, the tension in the air grew thicker, as the townspeople grappled with their own suspicions and fears. Hawthorne knew that the key to unraveling the mystery lay in uncovering the hidden secrets of Ravenswood. He began by questioning the townspeople, seeking any information that could shed light on the motives behind the murder. As he delved deeper, he discovered a web of illicit affairs and hidden relationships that further complicated the case. The influential families of Ravenswood, who had once seemed impenetrable, were now under Hawthorne's scrutiny. He knew that they held the answers he sought, but they were determined to protect their secrets at all costs. They were a formidable force, but Hawthorne was undeterred. His troubled past had taught him the value of persistence, and he would not rest until justice was served. As Hawthorne continued his investigation, he found himself drawn into the dark underbelly of Ravenswood. Behind the picturesque facade of the town lay a world of forbidden desires and long-held grudges. The clash between tradition and progress had created a breeding ground for resentment and deceit, and the murder had become a catalyst for exposing the fault lines within the community. The tension in Ravenswood reached its peak as the townspeople began to suspect each other and question their own beliefs. The murder had forced them to confront their own prejudices and biases, and the consequences were far-reaching. Hawthorne knew that the truth he sought would have profound implications for the town and its residents. But as Hawthorne dug deeper, he also uncovered a personal connection to the case. His troubled past, which he had tried so desperately to leave behind, was intertwined with the secrets of Ravenswood. The ghosts of his own mistakes haunted him, reminding him that the pursuit of justice was not just about solving a murder, but also about finding redemption for himself. As the chapter drew to a close, Hawthorne found himself on the brink of a breakthrough. The pieces of the puzzle were slowly falling into place, and he could sense that the truth was within his grasp. But the influential families of Ravenswood were growing desperate, and they would stop at nothing to protect their secrets. The stage was set for a final confrontation, where the truth would be revealed and the consequences would be laid bare. The shadows of the past loomed large over Ravenswood, threatening to consume the town and its inhabitants. Detective Edward Hawthorne knew that the stakes were higher than ever, and he would need to summon all of his strength and determination to uncover the truth and bring the murderer to justice. As the sun set over Ravenswood, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets, Hawthorne prepared himself for the final act. The truth awaited, and he would not rest until it was revealed. The town of Ravenswood would never be the same again, but perhaps, in the aftermath of the murder, it would find a way to heal and move forward. The morning mist hung heavy over Ravenswood as Detective Edward Hawthorne prepared himself for the final act in his pursuit of the truth. The town, once known for its picturesque beauty and tight-knit community, now stood on the precipice of change. The murder had shattered the illusion of tranquility, exposing the hidden secrets and deceit that had festered beneath the surface. Hawthorne's investigation had led him down a treacherous path, weaving through the tangled web of lies and half-truths that the influential families of Ravenswood had spun. He had confronted their deepest fears and desires, unearthing the forbidden relationships and illicit affairs that had fueled the tension in the town. The townspeople, once bound by tradition and loyalty, now found themselves torn between their allegiance to the old ways and the need for progress. The murder had forced them to confront their own biases and prejudices, challenging the very foundations of their beliefs. As the truth began to emerge, the consequences became clearer, and the lines between right and wrong blurred. Hawthorne's troubled past, which he had tried so desperately to leave behind, now intertwined with the secrets of Ravenswood. The ghosts of his own mistakes haunted him, reminding him that the pursuit of justice was not just about solving a murder but also about finding redemption for himself. He knew that the truth he sought would have profound implications for both the town and his own personal journey. As the detective delved deeper into the investigation, he uncovered a series of interconnected secrets that threatened to destroy the delicate balance between the old ways and the new. The influential families, desperate to protect their legacies, had conspired to maintain their grip on power. But Hawthorne was determined to expose their deceit and bring the murderer to justice. The tension in Ravenswood reached its peak as the townspeople awaited the truth. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets. Hawthorne stood at the center of it all, his resolve unwavering. He knew that the final confrontation would be the most dangerous yet, but he was prepared to face whatever lay ahead. In a grand ballroom, adorned with opulent chandeliers and gilded mirrors, the town's most influential families gathered. The air crackled with anticipation as Hawthorne stepped into the room, his presence commanding attention. He confronted the families one by one, revealing the secrets and deceit that had been hidden for so long. The tension in the room was palpable as the townspeople grappled with the truth. The once impenetrable facade of Ravenswood had crumbled, exposing the darkness that lay beneath. The consequences of the murder reverberated through the room, forcing the characters to confront their own biases, prejudices, and fears. As the pieces of the puzzle fell into place, the murderer was finally exposed. Their motives were laid bare for all to see, and the truth sent shockwaves through the room. The families, once united by the desire to protect their secrets, now turned on each other, each desperate to shift the blame and preserve their own reputations. But Hawthorne, undeterred by their attempts to deflect responsibility, stood firm. He had seen through their lies and manipulation, and he would not rest until justice was served. With a final revelation, he unveiled the true culprit, their guilt undeniable. As the chapter drew to a close, Ravenswood stood on the brink of change. The truth had been revealed, and the consequences were far-reaching. The town would never be the same again, but perhaps, in the aftermath of the murder, it would find a way to heal and move forward. Detective Edward Hawthorne, haunted by his own demons, had achieved redemption through the pursuit of justice. His unyielding determination to uncover the truth had torn apart the fabric of Ravenswood, but it had also exposed the fault lines that had long been ignored. The town would now have to confront its own prejudices and biases, learning from the shadows of the past and forging a new path towards a more inclusive future. As the sun set over Ravenswood, casting long shadows across the cobblestone streets, Hawthorne reflected on the journey that had led him here. The murder had been more than just a crime. It had been a catalyst for change. And as he looked out over the town, he couldn't help but hope that, in the aftermath of the darkness, a new dawn would rise, bringing with it a brighter future for Ravenswood and its inhabitants. Thanks for watching.